Happy Friday, everybody. This is Mickey Moore with More Business Strategies. Just here to share a little more on a Food for Thought Friday. And today's topic, just talking about the ability for CEOs, executive directors to unplug from work life when on vacation or out of the office. I had a friend recently share something on social media about that, and the challenges inherent to it. So quickly today, I've highlighted a few things to share with all of you. First of all, if you are the person that the buck stops with, right, is it a fair expectation that you can really unplug? Maybe not 100%, but you can unplug a little bit, right? I think it's a myth to say that as a CEO or executive director, you can totally turn it off, especially when there's deadlines, projects, and things that are concerned. So I think going into it, first of all, just recognize that if the buck stops with you, I don't think it's a clear and fair expectation that you'd unplug 100%. You just can't, especially with 24/7 access these days. So the next thing I put down was, how best do we try? Well, the first thing is expectations and then some boundaries. So, when would you be available? How would you be available? What kind of response time is involved? Talking with your team and setting those expectations and or boundaries. Hey, between 10 and 2, between 3 and 5, not past 7 p.m. I was fortunate to have great teams, to work with over the years. And that was one thing that I was always encouraged to do better with my team was, just tell us, hey, if it's between 2 and 4, or flag the email, or say, please respond in the email. But then again, after 7 p.m., no more texting, no more emailing, and allowing all of us to have that downtime. So, and along with the boundaries and expectations is technology. Yeah, geez, with Facebook and Instagram and email and everything else that you can find people and talk to people on, utilize those with expectations and boundaries. So the next piece was, speaking of that team, was really a focus on surrounding yourself with the best people you can, and then communicate, delegate, prioritize, and empower, right? So, and share the load. I mean, as a CEO and the ED and you're out of the office and trying to be on vacation, share that load. Let others do some of those things, make some of those decisions, within limits, but that's what they're there for, is to help you as well. The last piece I wrote down here was, the whole work-life balance, or what I like to call is work-life integration. I really don't think there's ever a balance. It's more how they all work together, from, soccer practice to board service to being at work and then trying to be on vacation. Wellness certainly plays a lot in that regard. From a mental and physical health piece, there's so much to do. I think, if it's a walk every day, if it's a run every day, if it's knitting, whatever that happy place is, that quiet, calming place, or whatever you choose to do, but utilize discipline and planning to make sure your time is spent there as well, right? So in all of that integration, it takes foresight, it takes planning, knowing the calendar in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, 5 days, 7 days, 90 days, whatever it may be, to help you get to where you need to be. And then one last thing is scaling it. And what I mean by that is, on a scale of 1 to 10, if something pops up when you're unplugging, do you need to make that decision today? On a scale of 1 to 10, is it an 8? Is it a 2? Can it wait? Or can someone else make that decision? See it, read it, acknowledge it, is a response required. Again, planning and looking at your phone maybe once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and that's it when you're on vacation. As I said at the very beginning, CEOs and executive directors, it's really hard to unplug totally, especially when the buck stops with you. But consider doing these things. Use your team, delegate, use technology, clear expectations and boundaries, and remember wellness in the process. All right, I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great weekend.